Democracy, with its core principles of citizen participation and majority rule, has been hailed as a beacon of freedom and empowerment. In this insightful exploration, we will delve into the advantages of democracy, such as safeguarding individual rights, fostering political stability, and promoting social equality. However, we will also critically examine the potential drawbacks, including the challenges of decision-making, the risk of populism, and the potential for gridlock and inefficiency. Join us as we navigate through the complexities of democracy, shedding light on its pros and cons, and inviting thoughtful reflection on the system that shapes our societies. So, let's get started and take a closer look at the pros of democracy. Number 1. Freedom and individual rights. In a democratic society, citizens enjoy fundamental freedoms such as freedom of speech, expression, assembly, and religion. These rights empower individuals to voice their opinions, participate in decision-making processes, and contribute to the overall well-being of the nation. The protection of individual rights is essential for fostering a diverse and inclusive society where citizens can live without fear of persecution or discrimination. In a democratic system, the government is accountable to its citizens, ensuring that their rights are upheld and protected. This accountability creates a system of checks and balances, preventing the concentration of power in the hands of a few individuals or groups. Through the rule of law, democratic societies strive to ensure equal treatment and justice for all citizens, regardless of their background, status, or beliefs. Number 2. Political stability and peaceful transitions. Democracy provides a framework for political stability and peaceful transitions of power. In a democratic system, leaders and governments are elected by the people through fair and transparent elections. This allows for a peaceful transfer of power from one administration to another, without resorting to violence or coercion. This stability promotes confidence in the government and reduces the likelihood of political unrest or conflicts. Democratic societies often have mechanisms in place, such as term limits and regular elections, to ensure that leaders are accountable and responsive to the needs and aspirations of the people. This fosters a sense of trust and legitimacy in the political system, enhancing stability and reducing the potential for authoritarianism or dictatorship. Number 3. Participation and civic engagement. Democracy encourages active citizen participation and civic engagement. In a democratic society, citizens have the right to participate in decision-making processes that affect their lives. This participation can take various forms, including voting, joining political parties or interest groups, and engaging in public debates and discussions. Active citizen participation strengthens democracy by ensuring that diverse voices and perspectives are taken into account when making decisions. It allows individuals to contribute their ideas, expertise, and concerns, leading to more inclusive and representative policies. Moreover, civic engagement fosters a sense of belonging and ownership among citizens, as they feel invested in the democratic process and the well-being of their communities. Number 4. Economic prosperity and development. Democracy is often associated with economic prosperity and development. In democratic societies, the rule of law, protection of property rights, and transparent governance create an environment conducive to business growth and investment. Independent judiciary systems and strong legal frameworks ensure that contracts are honored, disputes are resolved fairly, and businesses can operate with confidence. Democracy also promotes innovation and entrepreneurship by providing opportunities for individuals to pursue their economic aspirations and ideas. Free market competition, combined with democratic values of fairness and equal opportunity, drives economic growth and fosters an environment where creativity and enterprise can thrive. Number 5. Human development and social progress. In democratic societies, governments are accountable for the well-being of their citizens and have the responsibility to provide essential services such as education, healthcare, and social welfare. Democratic systems prioritize investments in human capital and strive to create equal opportunities for all citizens, irrespective of their background or socioeconomic status. Furthermore, democracy promotes social inclusivity and diversity, ensuring that marginalized groups have a voice and are represented in decision-making processes. It encourages respect for human rights, gender equality, and the protection of minority rights. By fostering an environment of tolerance, acceptance, and dialogue, democracy promotes social cohesion and harmony within society. These are the main pros of democracy. there are also potential drawbacks to consider. So, let's get into the cons of democracy. Number 1. Slow decision-making process. One of the cons of democracy is the relatively slow decision-making process. In democratic systems, decisions are often made through discussions, debates, and voting, which can be time-consuming. This can lead to delays in implementing important policies and making timely decisions, especially in times of crisis or emergencies. The need for consensus among different political parties or branches of government can further contribute to this sluggishness. Number 2. Mob rule and tyranny of the majority. Another drawback of democracy is the potential for mob rule and the tyranny of the majority. In a democratic society, the majority holds the power to make decisions and pass laws, which can sometimes result in the neglect or suppression of minority rights and interests. This can lead to the marginalization of certain groups and a lack of protection for their fundamental rights. It is crucial for democratic systems to have checks and balances in place to safeguard against the abuse of power by the majority. Number 3. Inefficient governance and political gridlock. Democracy often involves multiple political parties and competing interests, which can lead to inefficient governance and political gridlock. When different parties or factions have divergent views and agendas, it can be challenging to achieve consensus and implement effective policies. Political disagreements and stalemates can hinder progress and prevent the government from effectively addressing pressing issues and delivering on its promises. Number 4. Voter apathy and manipulation. Democracy relies on the active participation of citizens through voting and engagement in the political process. However, one significant drawback is voter apathy and manipulation. Many individuals may feel disillusioned or disengaged from politics, leading to low voter turnout and a skewed representation of the population's interests. Moreover, there is a risk of manipulative tactics such as misinformation campaigns, electoral fraud, and the influence of special interest groups, which can undermine the fairness and integrity of elections. Number 5. Short-term focus and populist policies. Democratic systems often face the challenge of short-term focus and the temptation to implement populist policies. Elected officials may prioritize policies that yield immediate popularity or cater to the demands of specific interest groups to secure re-election. This can result in neglecting long-term planning, sustainable development, and the pursuit of policies that may be necessary but unpopular in the short term. The pursuit of short-term gains can hinder progress on critical issues such as climate change, economic stability, and social equality. In conclusion, exploring the pros and cons of democracy reveals the complexities inherent in this form of governance. On one hand, democracy empowers individuals, ensuring their voice is heard and their rights are protected. It fosters accountability, transparency, and the potential for peaceful transitions of power. On the other hand, democracy faces challenges such as the risk of populism, the possibility of gridlock in decision-making, and the difficulty of achieving consensus on contentious issues. Ultimately, understanding both the strengths and weaknesses of democracy is crucial in fostering its continuous improvement and adapting it to the ever-evolving needs of society. By critically examining its flaws and building upon its merits, we can strive towards a more inclusive, equitable, and effective democratic system that serves the collective interests of all. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos.